If your calendar is full from morning to night with back-to-back meetings, constant decisions, zero thinking time, most people say that means you're busy. Hey, it means you're important. It means you're in demand. But at senior level, it usually signals something else. It means the organisation is running through you, and over time, that becomes unsustainable. Now, one of the biggest myths in leadership is this. The more senior you become, the busier you should be. So leaders, they try to cope. They do so by working longer, responding faster, staying available, pushing through. And the calendar, well, that becomes the control system. But here's the reality. A full calendar, it's not a productivity problem. It's a design problem. Because when your time is fully consumed, you are no longer leading the organisation. It's impossible. In fact, what's happening is you are absorbing it. Now, when I speak to senior leaders, a full calendar usually means three things are happening. First of all, decisions are drifting upward. Things that should be resolved elsewhere, well, they are landing with you. Second, there's no real clarity around decision ownership, so people escalate by default. And third, the organisation is still designed for a smaller version of the role. The structure, it hasn't yet evolved, but the expectations, they definitely have. So the gap gets filled with your time and your energy. This is where leaders really start to feel the weight, and this isn't because they're weak, and it's certainly not because they lack discipline. It's because the system is using them as capacity, and this shows up as constant cognitive load, no space to think, decisions taking longer, low energy, poor sleep, gaining weight, losing routines that used to keep you grounded. Now, from the outside, everything looks fine. Results are holding. But inside, the role is feeling heavier every single week. Now, at this level, the solution is not time management. It's not productivity tools. And it's definitely not working harder. The shift is structural. You've got to design how decisions move, how problems are contained, how authority is held. Because if your calendar is acting as the organisation's pressure valve, well, the system will keep expanding until you hit capacity. And when that happens, leaders don't usually fail dramatically, they just become exhausted versions of themselves, still performing, but carrying far more than the role was ever meant to hold. So, if your calendar is full, the question isn't, how do I manage my time better? The real question is, why does the organisation need this much of me to function? Because sustainable leadership is not about endurance. It's about designing a role that doesn't require constant availability to keep everything moving. Now, if this feels familiar, you're definitely not alone. I see this pattern across senior roles where the organisation has quietly started running through the leader. And this is the work I do privately, one-to-one, with a small number of senior leaders each year. If this reflects what you're dealing with, if you're feeling this, you'll find details of how to connect with me in the description.